Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3. And in this particular video, I'm going to show you what happens after you've been doing the vlogging thing for about 2 years now. So if you don't know me, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out to get through graduate school that I decided to pay the favor forward and help you out. So in this video, what I'm going to do is just go through some of the analytics from the last couple of years in terms of the videos I put out, in terms of what's the watch time. And then I'm going to show you some analytics on the platform as well. So if you don't know the whole story behind this, I created the whole reciprocity platform. It's a sharing economy proofreading platform where you can get feedback on your work. And then what ended up happening, I built the thing and I thought it was going to be really cool, and it got no traffic. So what I should have done in the first place is actually did videos and blog posts and all that kind of stuff first and built up an audience. Instead, I kind of did it backwards, and I built this sort of platform because I thought it was really cool. It was really useful, but it didn't get any, traction. Nobody was even knowing that this thing existed on the internet. When you actually went to go search for it, you couldn't find it because there was just no sort of links and there was no information about it. So I set out to start doing YouTube videos is really how that all started. And it started off with just a couple at the beginning. This was early 2017 right here. And I just did a couple at that moment, and they were not that good. But then in roughly, I think it was around Christmas time it was around July 1st of 2017, I started to do it a lot more seriously, and I put up videos on a regular basis every single day for about a year, actually. So this was me putting in videos every single day. Virtually nobody was watching these videos. And then I started to notice that over time, as I learned how to do these videos a little bit better, and as they started to get a little bit more traction, they started to get more views. So this was about a year and a half in. There was only 2 hours being viewed, sometimes an hour being viewed a day. And then it really started to take off a lot more. I started to figure out some of the sort of things that were going on within YouTube. And then in the course of the last year, I'm getting upwards of 2,000 minutes per day being watched, which is incredible. So this was right here. The sort of highest was just at the tail end or the beginning of May. The reason why it's sort of dropping off, I think, is because that there is a lot of people on summer holidays and things like that, particularly graduate students and PhD students are not around during the summertime. So you do get a little bit of a drop off here. I think that's what's going on. I hope that's what's going on, but I don't know. It has dropped down a little bit over the course of the last month. So it's June, middle of June right now, June 18th or so. But what's really cool is you can see over time, the effects are cumulative, right? So this is what does that mean? They sort of compound over time. And that's exactly what I had a video a long time ago at the beginning talking about the sort of compound effects of this. And so what's really cool is you could look back, and that's definitely what's happening. So now total watch time is like 400,000 minutes. So it's almost a year of people being watched in 289 days. In the views, I got 170,000 views of this channel, which is crazy. I think that's bananas. Thank you so much if you've watched this and you're one of these people that are watching it. But I want to give you the sense that this is possible, and you just have to sort of keep at it, and you kind of learn as you go, and you do get better over time. So I want to show you sort of year over year in terms of what has actually happened on this. And this is the year over year sort of analytics, right? So in the last year, there was a 10x increase in the number of watched minutes on here, right? So last year, or the previous year, so 2018, there was 35,000 minutes being watched, and now there's 370,000 in the last year being watched, which is bananas, right? So that's a little bit more than 10x, but that's pretty amazing that that's happened. Same with the views. Lots of people are watching it, and so the funny thing is I was paying for advertising here, and I stopped doing that actually in the last year. And every once in a while, I try to do the Google Ads thing or YouTube ads to drive traffic to it, and it just doesn't really necessarily work. Sometimes I do sort of try to do that, and it just kind of gets, it just is not that effective. I think sometimes maybe if you get it right, it might be effective, but I didn't see that. So thank you so much, by the way. If you're watching this is out there. The only reason that there's so many views and it's gained so much traction is simply because of you. And it's wonderful that it is the case. And I think I have about 1.3 or 1,300 subscribers to this channel, which is crazy, because I'm just little old me doing this kind of stuff. I'm not trying to, this is just kind of me doing this as a side project, trying to help you out. Thank you if you're watching this. And then the analytics, I'm going to show you this right now. So this is the analytics on the website. And this is from the blog. And so if you go to blog.reciprocity.com, you can get some of these blog posts. And really nothing happened on the website for a long time. And there wasn't a lot of growth. But thankfully, I've been putting out blog posts, and now I've gotten, or I hope I have a writer helping me out. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's kind of all a new thing. And, you can see that the blog posts are growing in terms of traffic and number of users per week that are watching it, right? So, or that are reading the material. And actually what happened here, this was kind of funny. I ran out, I was using HTTPS sort of application on Amazon, and we failed to do that in time in terms of getting it done. And there was a time where you couldn't get onto the platform. You couldn't get onto the blogs at all because the HTTPS, the secure connection, was not working. So there was about a month that it wasn't working as we were trying to get it worked out, but then we got it working at the end of January. And you can see that it's starting to increase. The blog traffic starting to increase, and the page views is starting to increase as well. So thank you if you have looked at the blog, and it's right now, I'm happy to admit it's a mess. That means it's a work in progress, right? And we're building this out, and it's just me and my wife that are funding this project. So we're trying to work through this and build things out. And this kind of stuff takes time, right? And takes a lot of money and effort and all that kind of stuff. So, you can check it out. And I'm happy that we have all these different resources that we didn't have available before, which is really cool. But at the same time, I do acknowledge that it's work in progress, and we're still continuously building it out. So thank you so much for following along. Again, hopefully this gives you a little bit of feedback or understanding of what's actually happening in the background. If you're doing any sort of project like this, just know it just takes time. That's what innovation is and entrepreneurship is. It just takes time, and it grows over time. And hopefully this project will grow over time with your help. Again, I can't do it without just myself. It very much is a group effort. And I just wanted to say thank you once again, and take care and have a wonderful day. Bye. Let me just close this. Bye.